Hey everyone, welcome back to PlayStation Livecast here, joined by Justin, Klaus Lingeleit, and Alex. We're going to be here, and we're going to talk about Thea. Were you saying this right?
You are, yeah.
Woo!
Kinda.
Thea.
Yeah, I was trying to be nice here, but
We
yeah.
were talking about this before.
Yeah.
It's like some people have heard fee, some people say
I was like, no, it's Faye.
Yeah.
It's got to be Faye, right? Well, we're both wrong.
Well, it's Swedish. It's
Do
not
you
easy.
want to say the way you say it?
Fear.
Fia.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah.
Really
Ah,
good.
very
All right,
good.
I'm getting the hang of it.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about how this game came to be.
How it came to be? Well, it's a very old project that I mean we had the studio for a long time. It's called Zoink. We're in Sweden, and me and me and Andreas was talking about the game like 5 years ago that he really wanted to do something that was relaxing to play, and I always wanted to do a 3D game, a full 3D game again. We haven't done that for a while, and I thought if we're going to do it, we're going to find a style that's just that we can work with. That's really amazing. That looks interesting, and so we started prototyping all these different things and just one thing led to another, and we worked on it a little bit here, a little bit there, and it sort of moved forward. And then one day we pitched it to EA, and everything went really well.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So we actually have some live gameplay that Alex is going to be sharing with us. So why don't we go ahead and get that started, and you
Yeah.
kind of talk us through what's
Yeah,
going on?
Sure, it's
Absolutely.
kind of a world premiere.
Yeah. Let's see if it starts up. Okay.
Turn the controller on there.
That's a good start.
Yeah, it takes
Okay,
a
so
bit.
yeah,
There it
before,
is.
it's gonna take a minute to
Wow.
load up here. So,
Yeah.
Justin, what were your first thoughts about seeing it?
Well, this was announced during E3, right?
That's true.
Yeah, at
I-
EA Play, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this was one of the big highlights that people took out of that. There were so many big things that happened there, and one of the things I saw people talking the most about coming out of it was Thea.
Yeah.
I think I got it. What was your reaction to that? What did that feel like to be up with all these titans on the stage there, and for your game to be what people took away from it?
Well, I mean, it's also the thing was I got to know about that. I had to go up on stage like 3 weeks before or something like that. It's like you should
Okay.
go up and do that, and it's like, wow, really? Yeah, I mean, here's the game, and I just want to point out that the game, like, this is actually kind of how the game starts in the final version too. It's really about the game is really about exploration. It's very important to us that it's just dive into this world that you don't really know what it is. You don't really know who you are actually, and you sort of wake up there and this is the character called Faye.
Yeah. Now I
Which
decided
actually-
to follow this little deer here.
Yeah, you
Now,
follow
what kind of character is it? Because I've heard different
I
things.
know.
It's a little woodland creature. We know that.
yeah, I'm gonna explain it because basically, Faye actually means fairy in Swedish,
Huh.
and I thought I want to pick something that just felt really sort of Nordic and weird, and
Yeah.
then mystical.
There's been a lot of discussion about that. Like, is it iron? Is it what does it mean? But
Yeah,
Yeah.
It is a character, and it is this little character that just stop a little bit there.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna show you. But basically, the character uses this song in the game, which is really amazing. That you can, with the analog trigger, you actually control the way you're singing in the game.
Ah.
Yeah.
So really, if you just touch the controller a little bit, it's cute like this.
I love it.
Yeah.
You do it all the
Isn't
way.
it cute? Yeah.
Did people in your office keep just doing that? You're sort of like, ah.
Yeah. We have actual voice actors coming in, and there's like weird sounds in the music
Yeah.
studio. and
Every day for a while was like people screaming and screeching and howling.
That is
There's
the
not a
cutest
lot of
little howl.
yeah. There's not a lot of dialogue in it, but
This-
you do communicate with the environment through all these different cries.
Yeah, and you can see while Alexander here is talking to the environment, you can see how it sort of reacts. Like every plant that you see will actually sort of move and react to this, and it becomes almost like a little musical instrument
Yeah.
in a way. And you can actually talk to any kind of animal you find in the world and communicate with them through this kind of weird song.
Is that kind of the core gameplay mechanic? Is going
That is the core.
befriending these?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, it's about going out there and using songs as a sort of like a language to the nature, basically, a simplified language. You can see here there's this really strange flower here, who's a little bit more intelligent than the other ones, as it's looking at you. And if we try to talk to this, you sort of connect to it. And if you find the right tune with it, sort of harmonize with it,
There you go.
sort of, you open it up like this.
Oh, wow.
It will help you out.
I love the sound design.
Of course.
Oh, the Joel who's working on this is like,
He's amazing.
he's amazing. And
He
it's
does all the
amazing.
sounds and all the music and
Yeah, and he's bringing out these amazing musicians who are doing all the live recording in our studio. So we hear like violins and everything in the office. It's super nice. Yeah. So yeah, so the flower here opened up these little platforms so we can move forward. So it's about connecting to the environment and seeing how it actually helps you forward, figuring out how this sort of like mini ecosystem is working.
So there's like mini puzzles within the game to get you to the next portion.
Kind of, yeah, but it's very open also. But you can see here, if you talk to this flower, this one doesn't really react positively. So we gotta, and we don't want to handheld people too much. We really want people to go out there and find their own ways to find out how does this actually work. So yeah,
There's not a lot of on-screen prompts or
No.
tutorials to go through. It's kind of just like
Yeah.
put you in the world, let you discover where it's going.
Yeah, we've really been trying to work hard with like figuring a natural way to teach people how to do it without throwing up, do this, do that.
Yeah.
It has to feel really organic.
And I found the deer.
You found the deer.
Following
So
before.
of course, if you ever petted a dog or something like that, if you had to go out to a dog you don't know, you use really calm sounds. If you scream at it like this, of course, it'll run away.
That was a bad.
So this
Bad try.
this is a way to use the musical or the song system where if you use like really soft sounds, well, let's see if you can
run
get it back
away.
now.
Come back.
Try to be really calm with the sounds. I know
I
it
love
seems
the
it-
image of this little character just sprinting through the forest, howling at this deer.
Yeah, so now it's interested, and then of course we can sort of connect to it and harmonize with it.
Now we're friends.
Now you're friends, yeah.
I
how we
love
make
the
friends in
art
real
style.
life.
Thank you. Yeah.
Your amazing singing voice. You're in karaoke.
There's a lot of really nice, dark, black depths of shadows
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah. We
Makes
wa-
everything pop.
Right. Exactly. We tried to find a. I mean, obviously we're a small team, but a small team can still do something really beautiful if you pick a style that really fits you and works with you. And also, I mean, it's nice to have something that's kind of simplified for the eye. I think So this little deer is following us around now. As you can see, it's very interested in you, and this is kind of cool about it. This deer can actually sing to these flowers, these draft flowers, and then help you move forward into. So it's not only you who has this singing sort of language. It's also the different animals have different songs they can sing with to the nature.
Do you ever get to a point where you're like kind of harmonizing with various animals and that changes the way that the songs sound? Or?
Yeah, I might want to show you part of that actually.
Oh yeah.
You can see here.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah. There's a owl flying around up there at the top, and if you try to sing with this one right now, it might not be interesting. You can try see.
Oh, he flew
It
away.
flew out. Anyway,
He had his own plans.
yeah, the owl might not be interested in you right now because you don't know its language. But later on, we will learn to speak to this owl and have a specific. I'll show that a little bit later in the game. The other thing that's kind of cool about the world is that we sort of built it in a Metroidvania style. That if you look up at the waterfall there, Alexandra, you see there's more of these draft flowers there, but I can't actually get up there right now. I have to figure out a way to get up there, and I don't know that right now, so I have to return there later. But even if I get up there, I might not be able to actually talk to these flowers because I don't know the language for the flowers, and I can't bring it there with me. So you can always sort of return to the world and reuse it, and that's obviously the whole Metroidvania part of the game.
It's
I'm
really
gonna try to take this little weird thing here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Look
Oh,
at
actually, yeah, you're right. We'll show that now. Yeah, there's all these little secrets. So if you have harmonized with this deer, you can also ride around with it,
Oh, wow.
which makes you, it's kind of like a secret thing you'll find out. We don't tell people directly because if they find out by themselves, it becomes their discovery.
It's a nice surprise.
Yeah, it becomes
Yeah.
much more interesting.
And it's nothing you need to do to finish the game, but you can explore
You
it.
can do
and
it.
just
It helps
for
you
fun.
go quicker through the level. I think if you sing at the same time, it'll run faster.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Even I didn't know that.
That's fine.
I feel like
Okay.
this is the kind of game that's going to have a lot of these little surprises and
Yeah.
discoveries.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So now Alexander picked up a shard, and this shard sort of powers the elder tree of the forest, which means that you can run down there in this hub thing and power yourself up. So you can find these different shards that are hidden all around the world, and they will power the elder tree, and if you power it enough, it will give you new abilities. So I think we're going to learn climbing here, which is a crucial part of the game.
Wow. It's got such a soothing soundtrack. I can
Yeah.
imagine like all this music being playing in your office while you guys are
just
like
want to go to sleep.
designing.
Can't play this music too much during workout.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It's
I'm a sucker for a great video game soundtrack, though.
I think
So,
you think
yeah,
you're gonna like this one.
Yeah.
Interested for sure.
So here, so now you actually learn how to climb trees, which is really really, really useful in the game. So every time you see a tree like this, you can actually climb it. And it's very quickly, you just jump into it and just keep pressing the button and it climbs up to the top. So this now means that I can actually climb any kind of tree, get anywhere, and it opens up the whole world once more.
Now I'm seeing some of these other little rocks around here that have other icons that are not lit up yet.
Yeah.
So those are other abilities that you have to go out and find and then come back to this portal basically.
Exactly, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
And this one is actually not necessary to finish the sort of the game. This is some extra ones you can add to the game to be able to open up more of the secrets areas in the world. Because the whole world is really connected in one giant map, and you can always return or go around as you want. We don't force anybody to do it. We want them to actually discover their own way and the way they want it. Like you can go around and play around with the little lizards and try to sing with them if you want to, but you can also, you know, go straight through and try to follow the story itself. But it's up to you, basically.
How many hours of gameplay are we looking at?
If you just run right through it, it's probably like 5-6 hours, something like that. But if you go out and pick up all the shards, talk to all the different animals, learn all the different things there is to learn, then yeah, here she's connecting to these little lizards. They're super cute, actually.
Yeah, they're cutest in the
Aww.
Yeah, I was going to say you made the Metroidvania comparison. Is this the kind of game where you're going to have a completion percentage at the end of the game, or are you going to have different things that happen if you beat the game in a certain number of hours, or is it kind of a more singular experience?
It's more a singular experience, I would say, but and I don't want to dwell too much into it because there's a couple of secrets at the end, you know. But yeah, and it's very open like that. You can play it in a couple of different ways.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we're gonna. So I'm actually we're gonna skip forward now.
Okay.
To a much harder part. So good luck.
Oh, I'm getting nervous.
Got this. If anybody on this stage can do this, it's probably.
That's okay. If you mess up, they just know it's live.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
So this is a lot further into the game, and like I said before, we're jumping forward now, but it's usually a fluid experience where you just walk through the world and you arrive at this giant deer. And the antagonists now, called the Silent Ones, we haven't seen much of them here in this demo, but they have captured this giant deer. And one thing you've learned now is, of course, tree climbing, but we have also learned how to sort of glide like this.
Oh, cool.
And the combination of those two are super nice. You know, climbing a tree and then gliding from one tree to another. You feel like this little tiny squirrel jumping around.
Yeah.
You know? Super nice. We have also learned now a new language, which is the bird language.
Oh.
So Faye can actually imitate a little bird. It's really cute. And this one opens up these flower pots that has these kind of like a bomb in it. Bomb
Classic
seeds.
flower.
Bomb seeds. So we're gonna try to open up this construction here.
I feel like you could press the share button at any point and get a new
seriously.
desktop wallpaper.
Oh, not gonna fall down.
I love the aspect too. The silent ones, I know the enemies. They're the ones that are like capturing all these like beautiful creatures that are singing, and
Yeah.
they're like these meanies that have no voice.
Yeah, if we have time, we might be able to show a little bit of that at the bottom down there.
Oh yeah, they're lurking around down there. Yeah.
So, as I told you before, you can climb any kind of tree, and if you look at the giant deer, we see
He's got trees.
There's trees. So,
Yeah.
and it's way too far away, so we can't actually communicate with it now. So we want to try to get close up to its head. So good luck getting up there.
Yeah, thank you. It isn't flying.
Bit of a Shadow of the Colossus vibe.
Yeah. The mini Colossus.
Definitely. Mini one.
It's quite big.
Wow,
Yep.
look
Oh,
at
like
that.
so gorgeous.
Yeah, there should be some silent ones
Now,
down here.
I noticed when
Oh,
he's
he's
the
doing it.
bird, he now has like that yellow coloring on
Yep.
it. So does that change now every time
Yeah.
you have a different voice?
Yeah, it's a way to basically show what kind of, we're trying to build that into the whole ways of understanding what language do we have right now. And watch out, I'm gonna climb up there
Oh my God.
quickly.
Start thinking about the
Here he
colors of
comes.
the.
Try to
Here
look
you
up
come.
forward.
Okay, here we go. Trying to find a good tree. See one over there.
Yeah.
And I love
Oh, there's a tree.
Line it up.
Joel, our musicians, worked a lot with also the music of. You'll probably notice as you climb higher and higher, the music intensifies and changes depending on where you are. It's been put a lot of detail into that.
Yeah. All right, well, I would love to sit here and watch this for hours because I think it's just so beautiful to look at. But we have so much here on the PlayStation Livecast. So I want to thank Klaus and Alex for joining us today. Thank you so much for bringing Fea with
Yeah.
us.
No problem.
And this is coming out 2018?
That's true. Early 2018.
Early 2018. Okay, look
Yes.
for Faya.
PlayStation